Why Spider-Man perfectly proves that when you truly care about the people, they will do everything they can to lift you up. At that moment, Peter was fighting Dr. Octopus on top of a speeding train. The two of them were locked in a stalemate. Then Dr. Octopus came up with a sinister idea. He stopped fighting Peter and rushed straight into the driver's cabin. He slammed the accelerator all the way down. He even destroyed the only braking system. After that, he left a huge problem for Peter to deal with. Then he jumped off the train and escaped. The passengers inside the cars instantly fell into a panic. They realized the train was completely out of control. At the same time, Peter's spider sense gave him an unprecedented warning. He realized that the end of the track wasn't a station at all. It was an unfinished bridge with nothing beyond it. If he couldn't stop the train, everyone would fall into the abyss with him. In a desperate situation, he even jumped onto the tracks. He wanted to use his own body to force the train to slow down. However, facing such enormous weight and incredible speed, his effort was like trying to stop a train with his bare hands. As the unfinished bridge got closer and closer, he realized he had to try another way. Peter turned his attention to the skyscrapers on both sides of the tracks. That was his last chance. He fired webs at the buildings on both sides with all his strength, one after another, until he created a massive, powerful web. The moment the webs tightened, the entire weight of the train was placed on Peter alone. He could clearly feel every muscle in his body being pulled by an enormous force. It felt as if his body could be torn apart at any moment. Even so, Peter continued to hold on with everything he had, because he knew that the moment he let go, the hope of everyone behind him would disappear as well, so he refused to give up. Luckily, just before the train flew off the unfinished bridge, it finally came to a complete stop. Peter, having used up every last bit of his strength, lost consciousness at that very moment. The passengers at the front of the train had witnessed everything. They all reached out their arms and gently caught the hero falling from above. He had just used all his strength to save everyone on the train. Now it was their turn to hold him up. The passengers carefully passed him from one person to another and carried him back into the train. When they laid him down on the floor, a young and exhausted face appeared before everyone. No one could have imagined that the hero who had just saved them all by himself was still just a kid.
He's just a kid, no older than my son.
Just then, two children quietly walked forward and handed Peter his mask.
We won't tell nobody.
However, this brief moment of peace was quickly shattered because Dr. Octopus had returned. Facing this terrifying enemy, the passengers who had just survived a life-or-death situation didn't take a single step back.
If you want to get to him, you got to go through me.
And me.
Me too.